What's up, everybody? I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone's taking care of themselves. I hope everyone's spending plenty of time on themselves, getting good nutrition, getting good exercise, taking care of themselves, wearing masks when you go outside, right? We're going to get through this, everybody. I hope everyone is finding some time to get into the studio and get those creative juices flowing, get those creative patterns working. And I hope everyone is enjoying this Sunday. So we're going to get right to it again. We're working on some new theme sonics that we might be able to partake in the beginning of each episode in the future. So no theme song again today. We're just going to jump right into it. This is day number 3 for me anyway. This has been transpiring for you guys over a number of weeks, but I've lived with this bass that we recorded the last day that we worked on this, and it's okay, right? Let's go ahead and take a listen. It's not terrible, but there are some moments that I'm not terribly pleased with, and for what I'm going for, I can hear what I'm going for. The overall idea of what I heard in my head is, okay, great, it's executed, right? Now what I want to see if I can do is I want to see if I can do better, which I know I can, right? And that's the deal, guys. If you're not thrilled about the performance, I could come in here and I could spend 30 minutes or an hour learning how to get better at Pro Tools editing by making the performance the best it can be. And if I have a whole heap of takes in here that I can do that with, even better, I might be able to cut something in from another take that just does exactly what I need it to do in these little areas where notes get super loud or, aren't really in time all that well. All that kind of stuff just goes away and fixes itself. Or I could spend that same time being a better musician and just playing the part again. And that's what I want to illustrate here is that, I've heard this, right? Again, the feel is executed. I can hear what I'm trying to do. I'm leaving the the click track playing so you can hear. The timing is okay on most of that part, but especially that part right there. If you listen, I'll play that part back in comparison with the one right before it. That's great. This next part gets super loud right there. I dug into the note a little too hard, so I want to see if I can go through this again a few more times while I have the right stamina and make sure that I've got enough takes in here to cut something else in if a certain part doesn't work, number one. Or number two, just see if I can get a good solid take. You know what I mean? Like if I were the professional bass player, which I'm not, I haven't been playing bass for thousands of years. Let's be honest. I'm not a master at that. Guitar is probably the one instrument that I've tried my best to master. But a bass is a very natural, super easy extension from that. And if you have strong hands and you can just grip strong strings and you can get right into bass playing very easily with single note, playing. But rhythm has to be legit if you're going to be a bass player. And that's the thing. If I were a professional bass player walking away from recording, I wouldn't be impressed by this take. And I would say, I need to do that again. That's just my personal opinion, right? And so, guys, drive yourself. That's the message here. And I think that's important. I wanted to spend at least an episode, if not more episodes in the future, talking about this. If you're not satisfied with a performance, don't be. That's okay, right? That's what Pro Tools, we're not recording to tape, right? This doesn't take, if you have access to these tools, this doesn't take studio time. It doesn't take money to jump in here and do this. It just takes discipline. It just takes you being self-critical and be like, I can do better than that. You know, I can one up myself here. So that's all that is. And that's an important message for musicians, because that makes you a better musician. If you can do that, if you can listen back to your own live shows, listen back to your own recordings, and if you have those, man, if I were letting this go, if I were recording a song and this is going to make it onto the theme song, or this is going to make it onto a record that I'm working on or whatever, and I left this bass part like this and I walked away from it saying, I could have done better than that, but I needed to move on. You know what I mean? It would eat at me for years and I would die on that note. No, I'm just kidding. For real though, all due seriousness, it would eat at me. It's to some degree. I would listen back to it and I would get frustrated and I'd be like, I can't even enjoy it because this moment's pulling me out of enjoying it. And that's what I don't want to happen to myself. I don't want that to happen to the listener that's listening to this. I don't want some moment where a flub up pulls you out of the groove or pulls you out of what I'm trying to get you to hear on this song, right? I want everything to be, locked in. I want to feel good. And most of these are, right? I think I can do better over time. And if I still make 1 to 2 flub ups per take, I want to have at least 5, 7, 9, 1,000 takes to come in here and just scoot another part of another take in here that'll fix it real quick. So that's what we're going to do today. All we're doing is recording bass again. I'm not going to set up another camera for this. I'm just going to go ahead and set up my rig real quick to record the bass. I'll do a little camera work here. Since I'm not going to use another camera, I would like you to, at least kind of see what goes into setting all this stuff up. Just a little behind the scenes action like we've been doing on some of the previous episodes on this particular journey. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start setting up, go radio silent, and see you in a minute. All right, we just recorded some bass, and now we're just gonna listen back to it and make sure that the bass digs into the groove, does what it needs to for the groove, and if there's any moment that is underwhelming or takes away from the groove in any way, we'll just replace it with something else that's in another playlist. So let's jump in. Here we go. Man, so far so good. Notice I'm really attempting not to look at the screen for this. So your ears should tell you this. Bar 29, so far so good. Volume's consistent. Groove is consistent. I mean, my choice of notes was just kind of random. Yeah, I wanted to throw a few of those in there with that figure right after it. That's pretty sweet too. All right. That sounds pretty good. Maybe there's a couple of areas right here. Let's listen to that in context with a few others. So sweet. Yeah, part's a little weird. So what else we got? Let's see. All right, so we're just gonna select this area. We're gonna go Alt, Control, Shift. And no, that's not the one. We are going to go Command, Alt, Shift. There it is. Remember that, people. That is the trick. So let's just select kind of a wide area around it. Just make sure we capture whatever is in here in some of the other playlists, and go again, Command, Alt, Command, Option, Shift. Be Command, Alt, Shift for Windows, I'm quite certain. And there, we're on the home playlist. Then we're cycling through the other options that we have. So let's see what this one sounds like. That's the one. Oh. There it is, right there. So, and I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in here and get this part out of the way. Bang. And again, remember this shortcut, people? Command F, right? I'm sure it's Control F on Windows again. There it is. Do a little slide up. Yeah, that's good. And that's good to get right back to the original take. All right, so we're going through. Let's just hear that part again. All good. We're at just fixing this real quick. Do I like it better with or without that slide up? Let's just undo. And then shift undo to redo those last few moves I just made. So let's hear that again. Yeah, I do agree with that. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that edit. Best edit's the one you can hear. Oh, that's so sweet. Right up till the end, I bet. Yep. Choice of notes is great. I mean, all of it. All right. Generally speaking, that is frickin' beautiful. So we're just gonna zoom in a little bit right here. We're gonna get a little fade happening right on the end of that. Bang. Hopefully that's something nobody can hear. Yeah, we need to come in just a touch. She's got the touch. A touch too much. Starts to sound weird when it cuts off right there. Sounds like a Pro Tools system coming to a stop. Yeah, stop sounding real cool right about in here. So, let's just test the theory real quick. I think that is a little better. Yeah, there's a beat that you can... All right, so it's at least not coming from the bass, that's for sure. Definitely. And that's so let's just solo that bass real quick. There you go. Now you can still hear me. And let's just pull both of these back a touch and really dig into where we ought to, because I don't want to pull the fade in so much. All right. Definitely. But if we fade just the end of it, does that work? Pretty much. I mean, maybe pull them in just a touch. She's got the touch. A touch too much. Yeah. How, you see that is a little bit. It's still a little more than I want, but. And you don't have to obsess over this so much, people. I like real tight fades that you can't really hear, especially at the end of sections like that. So maybe let's just try clipping out kind of that little section right there. Let's see how that sounds. Hello. That sounds great. All right. Haha, it's no longer connected. So, and we can clip all that noise out of the beginning of that. Oh, sounds freaking great. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. Because next, we're going to do something a bit special. We are going to get a room tone happening. Until next time.